Online game, I possess a monster merging simulator. Chapter 201, Successful Experiment. Ding! Congratulations on obtaining a bronze-grade monster, demonized beastman. Lorne was speechless. Although the system notification said that it was successful, the monster that he obtained in the end did not change much. Other than some increase in attributes, the monster did not change much. This result directly shattered Lorne's idea of endless cycling. It was as if the body parts of a monster that had been created by the simulator could not be synthesized with other monsters. Wait. There might be hope if I change my method. There was another thought in Lorne's mind. The corners of his mouth curled up as he immediately found a new demonized beastman and continued doing the same thing. Soon, the synthesis formula appeared again. The last time Lorne had put in the materials for the demonized deerman, he had unfortunately failed. He could not use the same material this time. Bone of a demonized beastman. Lorne took out another material from his bag. This was a material dropped from the demonized beastman. It had not been synthesized, so it was believed to be useful. After the command to merge was given, a huge magic circle appeared in front of Lorne again. The monster and the materials turned into light and fused together, finally forming a new monster. Ding! Merging successful. Congratulations on obtaining a silver monster, Bones per Demon. Bones per Demon, contract possible. Grade, Silver. Level, 1. Attributes. As expected. At this moment, Lorne was very excited, but he did not cheer immediately. Although the monster he created had reached silver, reaching his expectations, this was still not the final result he wanted. He had to merge them again. If he succeeded this time, his total income would double, or even multiply. Huff! Lorne took a deep breath. Then, he killed the monster in front of him and obtained a pile of new body parts from it. Then, according to what he had done, Lorne found a new demonized beastman and synthesized it with the materials he had just obtained. Under the familiar light, a huge monster covered in bone spikes gradually formed. A pleasant reminder sounded as planned. Ding! Merging successful. Congratulations on obtaining a silver monster, Bones per Demon. It was really a silver monster. Lorne could not help but be overjoyed. His idea was confirmed. It was not that the monster material could not be used after the synthesis, but that the material could not allow the monster to break through its quality limit. For example, the quality of the synthesized Bones per Demon was silver. Therefore, the materials obtained from it could at most allow a demonized beastman to evolve into a silver monster. It could not break through this stage and become a gold monster. Although the monster could not evolve each time, this rule could still make Lorne's income change tremendously. This was because not only did he have the body parts of bronze monsters, but he also had the dragon bone fragment reward from the dragon souls. If he used this legendary material to merge the monster, the final monster would definitely become stronger. It was normal for it to evolve to the gold grade. This way, Lorne could use gold monster materials to create more gold monsters, and the points he would obtain would also be incomparably huge. Very good, let's begin. Lorne immediately found the monster and began to merge with the dragon skeleton fragment. In the next second, he indeed obtained a gold monster. When he commanded Aisha to kill the monster, his points doubled. Ding! Congratulations on obtaining points plus 280. In this event, the monster's points equals Grade X quality. The total points of a level 28 gold monster were 28x5 equals 140. After Lorne created a monster, the points given was twice that of ordinary monsters. Therefore, after the gold monster was killed, it gave Lorne 280 points. Seeing this income, Lorne could wait no longer. He began to scatter his pets and pull all the surrounding monsters to his side. Ding! Congratulations on obtaining Gold Monster, Elite Bones per Demon. Ding! 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 Using the same method, Lorne evolved all the monsters into powerful gold monsters. Of course, ordinary wild beasts could only reach silver grade because the quality of the prototype monster was too poor. However, no matter what, a silver monster could also provide a large number of points, especially when there were so many wild beasts. After Lorne completed the merging, Aisha began to move. As the main attacker of the team, she was the protagonist in everything related to combat. Slam! 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 Sharp daggers flew in Aisha's hands. In an instant, the blades stabbed into the monster's back at a speed invisible to the naked eye. -56,000, critical. -59,000, critical. -61,000, critical. -54,000, critical. As critical damage appeared one by one, the group of monsters that had just evolved fell to the ground, giving 224 points each. Unfortunately, equipment could not be dropped. Otherwise, in such a high-frequency farming, many gold equipment would definitely be dropped. In Divine Realm, all monsters with quality had a chance of dropping equipment of the same quality. Although the probability was astonishingly low, there was still hope with Lorne's luck. In addition, Lorne noticed a problem. When his gold coins were spent to synthesize a large number of monsters, the number decreased very quickly. Almost every silver monster required 1 gold coin, and a gold monster needed 3 gold coins. Although Lorne had more than 50,000 gold coins on him, he would not be able to hold on if this continued. After all, this event would last a total of 7 days. After some thought, Lorne opened the shop page. After this period of business, the shop had nearly 3,000 gold coins saved. Unfortunately, it was still too little, and these gold coins had to be used for the shop's own operation. During this period of time, the manager, Rona, had expanded the equipment recycling business. This business required a large amount of gold coins as the operating capital. It was not suitable to withdraw these gold coins at this time. After some thought, he opened his friend list. Chapter 202, Farming Points Crazily. Since it's your request, I'll definitely help. Elsewhere in the forest, Twinkle Rose immediately replied to Lorne's private message. This was not the first time the two of them had worked together. As long as Lorne asked, she could not reject. After chatting with Lorne for a while, Twinkle Rose giggled at his rude behavior. Then, Twinkle Rose closed the chat and opened the points ranking happily. She wanted to see how her brother was doing. Because it took about a day to come to this area from Iron Skull City, there were no other players apart from them and Tyrant. The leaderboard was naturally filled with the names of the ladies of the Silver Snow Guild. However, when Twinkle Rose looked at the first place on the leaderboard, her mouth immediately widened in surprise. First place, Tyrant, points, 61,200. Twinkle Rose nearly spat out blood when she saw the data. Was the system data messed up? Why was Tyrant at 61,200 points? Twinkle Rose was dumbfounded. The sisters beside her were as shocked as if they had seen an alien after seeing the leaderboard. The event had only begun less than an hour ago. However, Tyrant had over 60,000 points. How was this possible? No one dared to believe it. After all, the top players of their Silver Snow Guild only had 5,040 points now, and it was achieved with the help of several elite players. Something must have gone wrong. Twinkle Rose was confused. At this moment, she felt as if she had entered the wrong game. -55,000, critical. -57,000, critical. -60,000, critical. -55,000, critical. While preparing the gold coins, Lorne did not idle. He synthesized all the monsters brought back by his pets and let Aisha kill them. There was no danger in this matter, because Aisha had to kill them all with one strike. She did not give these monsters a chance to behave atrociously. Therefore, the following forest was completely flattened by the bulldozer-like farmer. Wherever Lorne went, there were no monsters left. Ding! Congratulations on obtaining points plus 280. Ding! Congratulations! Ding! Ding! Countless monsters fell to the ground, giving Lorne a large number of points. The gold coins on Lorne were also consumed very quickly. In just 5 minutes, he had lost more than 80 gold coins. At this rate, he would need to spend at least 1,000 gold coins per hour, and at least 15,000 gold coins per day. In other words, in just 3 days, Lorne would spend all the gold coins on him. This was a headache. Ding! Congratulations on reaching 10,000 points. Progress of unlocking points shop, 1%. The system suddenly notified. Points shop. When he saw this information, Lorne's eyes lit up. This shop had arrived at the right time. Right now, he was worried about insufficient gold coins, but if he could unlock the shop in advance, the situation would be different. All the players knew that in the points shop, there were various rewards that could be exchanged for. There were even the guild establishment token and city creation token. Lorne could easily exchange it for some important items and start an auction. As for whether anyone would buy it, there was no need to worry. This was because from the increase in points in the Silver Snow Guild, it could be seen that the speed at which other players accumulated points was very slow. In addition, the points could not be transferred in this event. In other words, they had to accumulate points by themselves to be able to exchange for the important guild establishment token. This would definitely take a long time. At the very least, it could not be done in the past few days. Therefore, these few days were Lorne's best opportunity to hold an auction. As long as he could exchange for the guild establishment token, those large guilds that wanted to be ahead of others would definitely spend a lot of money to buy it. Wouldn't that solve the problem of insufficient gold coins? Perfect. After thinking about it, Lorne was even more excited. His farming speed had clearly increased, and his overall efficiency had increased by at least 20%. If only the monsters were more tightly packed. Lorne was helpless. Although Aisha was powerful, the monsters here were too scattered to kill quickly. The current speed was about 600 monsters per hour. The silver monsters made up most of them, because they were created with wild beasts as the prototype. Occasionally, such monsters would form small groups, so it was much easier to kill them. Fortunately, he could demonize wild beasts. Otherwise, the speed of killing monsters would have decreased by at least 2/3. Boom! Under the detection of the long-tongued bat, a herd of elk was discovered and attracted. Hundreds of monsters charged in Lorne's direction. Come out, demon hounds from hell! Lorne activated his skill and summoned the hellhound. 300 hellhounds blocked the monsters and used their combat strength to suppress their health. Lorne quickly synthesized the monsters, while Aisha followed beside him. She killed whoever she saw and flew up with high efficiency. Ding! Congratulations on obtaining points plus 224. Ding! 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 Congratulations on reaching 120,000 points. Progress of unlocking points shop, 12%. Ding! Congratulations on reaching 13%. 5 minutes later, the monsters were finally wiped out. The entire scene was filled with the corpses of monsters. It was pitch black. Lorne nodded in satisfaction. This kind of battle was more comfortable. He could solve all problems in one place. Unfortunately, such large monsters were relatively rare. He had only encountered such a group after sweeping for more than an hour. Looking at his points, they directly increased by more than 10,000, and the progress also increased to 13%. Lorne's eyes lit up. At this rate, he would be able to unlock the shop in about 10 hours. If the guild establishment token was not very expensive, he could definitely exchange for one first. In addition, he could see what the city creation token was like. This was the tool that he needed the most at the moment. Yes, very good. He had to continue working hard. Chapter 203, Stunned Players. In the Titan Forest, in an excited mood, Lorne spent more than 3 hours killing all the surrounding monsters. He should have left soon, but because he could turn wild beasts into demonized monsters, Lorne had been sweeping through the area. After clearing all the monsters, he left the area with his pets and continued to sweep through the forest. There were not many demonized beastmen in the forest, but the number of beasts was denser than on the hill. Not long after Lorne left, he found a group of forest bulls. -53,000, critical. -52,000, critical. -51,000, critical. -55,000, critical. Aisha easily dealt with these monsters. The damage was as high as 50,000. In this map, no one could withstand it. Ding! Congratulations on obtaining points plus 372. Ding! Congratulations! Ding! Ding! When the score appeared, Lorne found that he had 20% more points this time. After some research, Lorne finally confirmed that when the monster's level exceeded 30, the points it would generate would increase greatly, and every additional 5 levels would result in an additional 20% increase in the basic points. This was good news. After all, the duration of the event was limited. Such a point income system could allow Lorne to obtain more points to exchange for more rewards. The long-tongued bat will continue to explore the deeper parts of the forest. Little Spider will use its egg production skill to command the spiders to lure and gather the surrounding monsters. Lorne did not choose to rush into the depths of the Titan forest. Instead, he led his pets into battle along the way. In the face of such a sparse battlefield, the combination of long-tongued bat and Little Spider was very useful. The long-tongued bat scouted the surrounding monsters in the air. Little Spider commanded the babies it summoned to attract the surrounding monsters. In this case, the efficiency of Lorne's accumulation of points became faster, and the unlocking of the points shop was growing at a visible rate. While farming monsters, Lorne could not help but open the forum and pay attention to the movements of the other players. The best way to Titan Forest. In the Windless Valley, I only need 6 hours to reach the target location. Event points cannot be sold, the benefits of solo players cannot be guaranteed. Do you need teammates? No points needed, just $1,000 per day. It could be seen that the players arrived much earlier than Lorne had expected. This was because many people were leveling up in a nearby area. If they set off now, it would naturally save time. As for the other posts, there was nothing worth paying attention to. Just as Lorne was about to close it, suddenly, a pinned post popped up. 30 million Alliance dollars to purchase the first guild establishment token in the entire server. When he saw the contents of the post, Lorne's eyes lit up. This was actually a request for purchase. The target of the purchase was surprisingly one of the hottest topics in this event, guild establishment token. 30 million? This price was not too high. Lorne pondered and began to plan. According to his current expenditure of gold coins, 30 million Alliance dollars could only allow him to kill 5,000 monsters and obtain 1,000,000 points. The situation is not good. Lorne felt that this price was dangerous and might cause him to lose money. This was because from the rarity of the items, the guild establishment token, which was ranked at the top of this event, might cost more than 500,000 points. The most likely possibility was 1,000,000 points. After all, even the requirement to unlock the merchant shop was 1,000,000 points. This kind of coincidence made people feel a little uncertain. If that was really the case, then there was no need for Lorne to spend so many gold coins to create monsters. There was no point in working so hard. Moreover, the large guilds on the forum who were willing to pay 30 million to buy the guild establishment token all wanted the first one. Under normal circumstances, starting from the second guild establishment token, the price of selling would begin to decrease until it became a common item and the rarity completely fell to rock bottom. Let's wait and see. Lorne was already mentally prepared. No matter how high the price of the guild establishment token on the market was, he had to accumulate 1,000,000 points to unlock the points shop in exchange for the first token in the entire server. This was because the prerequisite to using the city creation token was to have one's own guild. In this way, while thinking and fighting, Lorne spent a few hours cleaning up the monsters here. He did not stop and immediately headed deeper into the forest. A minute later, at the edge of the Titan Forest, a large group of excited players appeared. Points, I want points. I did not participate in the previous event. It's finally my turn to perform. Joining Iron Skull City is awesome. 2 consecutive large-scale activities have been triggered. It's awesome. There are too many rewards in the points shop this time. It's time to earn money. It's said on the forum that a guild establishment token is worth 30 million. If I can obtain this thing, I won't have to worry about it for the rest of my life. I don't dare to think about 30 million. I only hope to have a good life of eating instant noodles and luncheon meat. Brothers, cut the crap. Quickly charge. These players who rushed over from the nearby map thought that they had snatched the first wave of monsters and were extremely excited. In their minds, they felt that even if they could not exchange for the guild establishment token, they would have a chance to exchange for 1 or 2 good pieces of equipment. At that time, when their strength increased, they might even be able to apply to join a large guild and find a stable job. Just as a group of players was excitedly preparing to kill the monsters with hope, they were stunned on the spot. In the forest that was supposed to be filled with monsters, there were corpses everywhere. None of the corpses were intact. What the heck is going on? Gosh, where's the monsters? What's going on? Don't stop us from earning points. This is f***ing stupid. Several players were furious. While everyone was angry, a player opened the system interface and realized that when he entered the Titan Forest map, there was an additional point ranking list. Therefore, he opened it. In the next second, this group of players was completely stunned. They saw that on the leaderboard in front of them, the points behind a player had actually reached an astonishing 6 digits. After that, a post that attracted the attention of countless people appeared on the game forum. Damn! The event has been going on for 7 hours, and Tyrant's points have already reached nearly 1,000,000. Chapter 204, The Birth of the First Guild Establishment Token in the Server. When the players saw this post, they opened it and saw a special screenshot on the interface points ranking. First place, Tyrant, points, 992,735. Second place, Twinkle Rose, points, 62,040. Third place, Burning Gaze, points, 57,133. Fourth place, Love Ice Cream, points, 55,009. The top 10 ranking actually made all the players who had seen it go crazy. At this moment, most players had not entered. Only a few people had just stepped into the Titan Forest when a player with 1,000,000 points appeared on the leaderboard. Damn, if this isn't cheating, I'll eat shit. It's definitely an exploit. The event has only been going on for more than 7 hours, but a group of people has already accumulated tens of thousands of points. As for that tyrant with 1,000,000 points, I want to jointly report him to the World Alliance. Damn it! Count me in. This guy is simply too lawless. Oh my god, I just walked out of the city gate and God Tyrant already has 1,000,000 points. Those who face droughts will die, those who are flooded will also die. Looking at the level board, Tyrant is only level 30. How can he do this? In the game forum, the players posted crazily. Not only were the ordinary players stunned, but even the guild leaders of the large guilds were dumbfounded. They had just led the team to travel 2/3 of the journey, but now, they realized that others already had 1,000,000 points. This was a world of difference. Fortunately, the points shop was not open. They still had a chance. Thinking of this, the members of the large guilds quickened their steps. However, at this moment, all the players in Iron Skull City heard a grand announcement. "Hello, everyone. I'm Tyrant. I have a guild establishment token in my hand. Players who need it can auction it at 12 p.m. at the Dragon 1 shop in Iron Skull City. This auction must be settled with gold coins. The base price is 10,000 gold coins. In addition, all participants must pay 1,000 gold coins as a deposit. Friends who are interested, please note the time when the auction begins. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone." This was an announcement across the entire Iron Skull City. Shouting required 300 gold coins each time. After shouting 3 times, it directly cost nearly 3 million alliance dollars. It could be said that the investment was huge. When the other players heard these shouts, all the forests around Iron Skull City began to explode. Damn! 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 Did I see wrongly? The event has just begun, but Tyrant has already obtained the Guild Establishment Token. The Guild Establishment Token in the entire server is worth tens of millions. Tyrant is going to be rich again. The base price is 10,000 gold coins. I reckon that after the auction, the price will still increase. It might be 20,000, or even 30,000 gold coins. I don't think it's difficult to exceed 100 million. After all, the guilds in Iron Skull City are the most powerful guilds in the world. They don't lack this amount of money. I'm crying. Others play games to earn money, but I spend money on games. Moreover, I can't even see the dust left behind by others. God, I can swallow 18 centimeters. Please let me perform for you." The players in the main city were already hysterical. In the distance, in the ancient castle of Blood Shadow City, Nether River, the guild leader of the Netherworld Guild, was sitting on the white bone throne, holding the platinum equipment he had just obtained. His blood-red eyes stared fixedly at the equipment ranking in Iron Skull City. Compared to that guy Tyrant, his platinum equipment was nothing. "You'd better not let me find a chance, or else I'll make sure you can never recover," Nether River said coldly. At this moment, a lackey ran over. "Guild leader, the first guild establishment token has appeared in Iron Skull City." Guild establishment token. Nether River quickly checked the relevant information. In the shop called Dragon 1, the details of the guild establishment token were announced. There was the complete information of the guild establishment token. It could basically be confirmed to be genuine. Very good. Immediately arrange for our players in Iron Skull City to purchase this guild establishment token. In addition, ally with the other 2 dark guilds and let them send 10,000 elite assassins to the Titan Forest to disrupt the development of the Iron Skull City's players. Send 3,000 elite assassins from our main guild and 50,000 assassins from the branch to help the guys hiding in Iron Skull City take down 1 or 2 guild establishment tokens. Tell them that after completing the mission, I will give them all a reward. Yes. In the wilderness forest of Iron Skull City, Great Greedy Wolf of the World Destruction Guild, who had the hope of replacing the deputy guild leader Crossfire, urgently needed a huge contribution to prove his strength. At this moment, he was listening to a report from his subordinates regarding Tyrant. There were a total of 300,000 players sent to the Titan Forest this time. If he could really find a chance to surround Tyrant, that guy would definitely not be able to escape. This was especially true when he had an opportunity now. This was because Great Greedy Wolf had recently recruited a hidden class player with a powerful illumination skill. As long as they could find an opportunity to surround him, Tyrant's invisibility would be exposed, and his divine equipment would be theirs. At this moment, he saw the scene of the Titan Forest released by the players on the forum. The strange corpses immediately attracted the attention of the Great Greedy Wolf. Wasn't this what would happen after the Tyrant killed the monsters? As a player who had studied Tyrant for a long time, he was certain that Tyrant was definitely in that area. Therefore, he immediately gave an order to his players. Everyone, move towards the coordinates and advance as quickly as possible. Inform the other two armies of 10,000 soldiers to hurry over. We'll start killing monsters from this area. Chapter 205, Reservation, 100,000 gold coins. At this moment, in the Titan Forest, Lorne was leading his pets deeper into the forest. So far, he had hunted here for nearly 8 hours and finally accumulated 1,000,000 points. The points shop was also opened early because the points had reached the requirement. Points shop. 1 experience equals 10 points. 1 reputation equals 100 points. Enhancement gem, bronze, equals 1000 points. Blessing gem, rare, equals 3000 points. Enhancement gem, silver, equals 10,000 points. Enchantment gem, free attributes, equals 20,000 points. Unknown item treasure chest, upgrade possible, equals 20,000 points. Bronze equipment treasure chest equals 20,000 points. Silver equipment treasure chest equals 100,000 points. Rare part treasure chest, silver, equals 300,000 points. Gold equipment treasure chest equals 500,000 points. Platinum equipment treasure chest equals 1,000,000 points. Guild establishment token equals 1,000,000 points. City creation token equals not for sale. These were all the goods in the points shop. From the choice of experience and reputation in the past, it could be seen that using points to exchange for these two rewards was the most disadvantageous. After all, killing a level 30 bronze monster would only give him 90 points. If he used it to exchange for experience points, it would only be 9 points. He believed that as long as there was no problem with his brain, no one would exchange for this product. As for the gems and equipment behind, they were not the treasures that Lorne wanted. The only thing that interested him was the unknown item treasure chest. This treasure chest could give him various items and allow him to level up. If he had enough points, he could try to buy a few more of such treasure chests. But not now. Almost instantly, Lorne looked at the guild establishment token at the back of the shop. Like he thought, the price for this tool was exactly 1,000,000 points. As for the more valuable city creation token, the price was not indicated. Only after checking the relevant explanation did Lorne know that the city creation token was the final reward for this event. Only after the event ended would the player who obtained the highest score of this event obtain this final reward. Therefore, Lorne could only exchange for the guild establishment token first. Ding! Congratulations on obtaining guild establishment token. Points minus 1,000,000. After spending 1,000,000 points, an exquisite silver token appeared in Lorne's hand. Now, as long as he chose to confirm, he could create his own guild. But Lorne did not do so. Although he needed to create his own guild, he did not need to fight for first or second place. Therefore, he planned to auction this guild establishment token in the Dragon 1 shop. Then, he shouted through the entire city. As he finished shouting throughout the city, his friend list suddenly lit up. It was a message from Twinkle Rose. The beautiful guild leader could not sit still anymore. "Brother Tyrant, you received the guild establishment token?" Twinkle Rose asked excitedly. "Yes, I just exchanged it," Lorne casually replied. "My God, you're too sick. Only 7 hours have passed since the event began. Your accumulation of points is too ridiculous." Twinkle Rose typed an ellipsis, her meaning obvious. She was speechless by Tyrant's crazy actions. They had all started killing monsters together, so why were their points 10 times lower than his? This made no sense. What kind of pervert is this? My physique is more perverted. Tisk, 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 you're bragging again. Twinkle Rose chatted with Lorne for a while, then changed the topic. "To be honest, Brother Tyrant, can you sell that guild establishment token to me? I can give you a good price." How much? A lot. Twinkle Rose said generously, isn't your base price 10,000 gold coins? I can directly offer 20,000, or even 30,000 gold coins, as long as you can sell this guild establishment token to our Silver Snow Guild. Moreover, we don't have any requests. Our only request is that you can sell the second guild establishment token within 10 hours. 30,000 gold coins was almost equivalent to 100 million alliance dollars. This was not a small number. In this world, 99% of people could not earn so much money in their entire lives. Therefore, Twinkle Rose did not think that her request was overboard. No. This guild establishment token, including all the guild establishment tokens in the future, will be auctioned at Dragon 1. If you really want it, you can go to the shop to bid. As long as you are willing to spend money, this guild establishment token can definitely be bought. Of course, as partners who have cooperated many times, let me remind you that it's best if your Silver Snow Guild doesn't compete for the first spot. Lorne decisively rejected her, also dispelling her thoughts of competing for the first building block. As the first guild establishment token in the entire server, its price had to be very high. If she wanted to obtain it, 30,000 gold coins would not be enough. Instead of that, it was better to compete for the subsequent guild establishment token. Unless you want to. Brother Tyrant, you're really more immoral than I imagined. Upon receiving the notification, Twinkle Rose immediately understood. Tyrant was really a bad guy. He actually wanted to sell more guild establishment tokens immediately after the first piece was auctioned. In this case, the guild that spent a lot of money to snatch the guild establishment token would lose all its advantages. The practical value of the guild establishment token would also plummet by more than half. That was tens of millions of dollars. Thank you for the compliment. Lorne said, Big busted sister, I don't want the gold coins you collected. Take them to bid for the guild establishment token. Hearing this, Twinkle Rose wanted to hit someone. This guy was too detestable. They had clearly bought the gold coins for him and had even given him tens of millions of dollars, but now, he only used a game token to take away these gold coins. He was such a bully. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. At the same time, Super Rich sent a message. Leader, can I reserve a guild establishment token from you? Super Rich asked. You want to create a guild too? Lorne was surprised. It's not me. Super Rich said, it's my precious daughter. She's preparing to develop a business in the game. Now, we need a guild establishment token to quickly create a guild. Only then can we catch up to the footsteps of other large guilds. Of course, the price is negotiable. Leader, do you think 100,000 gold coins is enough? Pfft. This guy was really rich to the point of being inhumane. In Lorne's opinion, other than the first guild establishment token that would cost more than 100 million, the rest should cost about tens of millions. However, Super Rich directly offered a sky-high price of 100,000 gold coins, which was equivalent to 300 million alliance dollars, 3 times the highest price that Lorne had expected. How could he refuse? No problem. Leave it to me. I'll give it to you tomorrow. All right, leader. I'll transfer you the money now. Chapter 206, The Auction Begins. In a dark cave in the Titan Forest, Lorne had Rimuru and Little Spider block the entrance. Then, he let the long-tongued bat enter the cave and attract the lizard monsters inside. These cave lizards were very powerful. Their levels were even level 35. Coupled with their powerful resistance attributes, they were an extremely dangerous target in this map. Only Lorne could rely on the powerful strength of his pets to block the entrance of the cave alone. He used the monster merging simulator to turn all the cave lizards into demonized creatures, which he then killed with a dagger. While fighting the monsters, he also paid attention to the situation of the guilds. In order to obtain this first guild establishment token in the entire server, many large guilds actually offered crazily on the forum. There were even a few guilds that had always been at odds with each other who quarreled. Come on, the fiercer the better. Looking at them bidding, Lorne smiled in anticipation. It was to provoke the competitive spirit of these large guilds, because only in this way, those guilds who did not snatch the first guild establishment token would be crazy about the subsequent tokens. Seeing that they were cursing so fiercely, the price of the second or even third guild establishment token might exceed 100 million. Ding! Congratulations on obtaining Silver Monster, Demon Lizard. Ding! 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 In the dark cave, Lorne fought for more than an hour before finally killing all the lizards in the cave. During this period of time, he had gained a lot. Because the cave lizard's level had reached 35, its basic points had increased again, allowing it to obtain 392 points from a silver monster. In this hour, he had killed more than 700 cave lizards, and the total points he had obtained exceeded 250,000 points. If he maintained this speed, he could earn 1.5 million points before midnight. One had to know that at this time, every million points might be worth 100 million. It was simply awesome. Then, Lorne arrived in a valley. There were some demonized beastmen here, but there were fewer ordinary monsters. Lorne was not picky. He continued to sweep through the area like a road machine, clearing all the maps he passed. On the way, Lorne arranged for his pets to focus the monsters in the valley in a slightly sealed area, like a pocket. He led Aisha to guard the pocket's exit. Just like that, his points increased crazily again. The players who saw this through the points rankings went crazy. An hourly income of 200,000 points was much more profitable than robbing a bank. 5 hours later, Lorne finally stopped his raid. Now, his points had reached 1 million points again. He could exchange for the second guild establishment token. Without thinking, Lorne chose to exchange. When the 1 million points disappeared, a new silver token appeared in front of Lorne. However, to use the guild establishment token, he had to go to Iron Skull City. This was because building a guild required the recognition of Iron Skull City. After obtaining the recognition, their guild would be considered an armed organization affiliated with Iron Skull City. It just so happened that it was getting late. In about half an hour, the auction regarding the guild establishment token would begin. It's time to check on the auction and create a guild. The corners of Lorne's mouth curled up as he crushed the return scroll in his hand. Swish! With a flash of light, Lorne returned to Iron Skull City. It could be seen that at this moment, Iron Skull City became a little livelier. Countless players were fighting to discuss the topic of the first guild in the entire server. They believed that the Fire Beacon Guild was the most likely to create the first guild. This was because the leader of the Fire Beacon Guild was known as the God of Warriors. He was famous in previous online games and had always been in the top 3 of the level rankings in Divine Realm. There were also those who thought that the first to create a guild would be created by the expert Thor, who was on the same level as Fire Beacon. After all, they were the two with the highest combat strength on the internet rankings. As for Tyrant, as the player who auctioned the first guild establishment token, he would definitely not seize this opportunity. After all, he could create it in a few hours, and there was no need to wait until now. Lorne ignored the discussions and returned to his Dragon 1 shop. No one knew that he had already exchanged the second guild establishment token, so he was not in a hurry to create a guild. After the first establishment token was auctioned and the benefits were maximized, he would create the first guild in the entire server before those people. Although this was immoral, Lorne did not care. After all, those large corporations were the benefits of exploiting ordinary workers. As one of the former exploited workers, it was only right that he exploited the capitalists now. Soon, it was close to midnight. At this moment, the outside of Dragon 1 shop was already packed with players. They all wanted to go in and see this world-shaking auction, but the 1,000 gold coins deposit blocked 99% of the players. At this moment, small teams entered the shop, but the surrounding players did not know them. "Who's that?" "Someone from the Wind Cloud Guild. That guy with the axe seems to be the commander of the Domination Guild. I know that beauty. She's the commander of the Appearance Association. Damn, have you guys noticed that the people who came aren't the guild leaders or deputy guild leaders? Do they not care about this matter? Impossible. Those important figures probably went to the Titan Forest to do an event. After all, this event is so important." Indeed. The players discussed. As the players discussed outside, the atmosphere in the auction hall on the second floor of Dragon 1 became tense. There was only one item for auction this time, and that was the first guild establishment token in the entire server. As long as one obtained this token, it was equivalent to obtaining the first official right to build a guild. When the time came, someone slowly walked up to the auction stage. She removed the cloth in front of her, and everyone immediately saw an exquisite silver token. Now, the auction begins. Chapter 207, Crazy Price. As the boss, Lorne did not stay in the auction house this time. Instead, he sat in the stall and looked at the situation through the single crystal mirror. However, this auction house was really a little simple and crude. It was very small. Other than the cubicle and the auction stage, it only had an effective use area of about 100 square meters. In this majestic main city, this was the most simple auction place. Of course, compared to the auction house built in Iron Skull City, their own auction house had a considerable advantage. They did not have to pay 5% of the transaction fees. After we repair the cold desolate Dragon City, there will definitely be high-grade auction houses. Lorne was very confident about this. After all, he had already obtained the guild establishment token. Next, as long as he could obtain the city creation token, cold desolate Dragon City would be his. While he was thinking, the auction officially began. Shopkeeper Rona personally presided over this auction. Under her display, the guild establishment token appeared on the scene, gathering the attention of everyone. Now, we're auctioning a rare tool guild establishment token. As everyone knows, the guild establishment token can allow players to register their guild name in the main city and officially become a corporation in the main city, enjoying the corresponding guild benefits. This guild establishment token is the first guild establishment token in the entire server. In other words, by obtaining this guild establishment token, you will have the right to be the first to register a guild. The meaning of its existence is extraordinary, and the value it brings is also extraordinary. VIPs with interest can make a suitable bid. The person with the highest bid will have this magical tool. As expected of a high-level NPC, under her introduction, the higher UPS of the guild could no longer hold back. Almost everyone's eyes were red as they wanted to take this guild establishment token for themselves. Seeing that the atmosphere was about to explode, Rona shouted, "The starting price for this auction is 10,000 gold coins. Each bid must be no less than 100 gold coins more. Now, the auction officially begins. 10,000 gold coins." Almost in the next second, someone shouted. The base price this time was 10,000 gold coins. In terms of alliance dollars, it was about 25 to 30 million. It was the highest price on the forum. However, they still shouted the so-called highest price on the forum without blinking. Before he could finish, someone beside him immediately said, 11,000 gold coins. 12,000 gold coins. 14,000 gold coins. 15,000 gold coins. Many people shouted desperately. In just a few seconds, the price had already risen to 15,000. At this moment, someone snorted and shouted, 20,000. The moment that was said, everyone looked in his direction. It was a commander of the Domination Guild. He represented unparalleled domination and came to bid. He glanced at everyone disdainfully, as if saying, "If you don't have money, quickly shut up. Don't waste time. Being looked down upon like this made many people angry. However, the price immediately soared to 20,000 gold coins, causing many people to be silent. 25,000. The beautiful commander of the Appearance Association spoke. She also increased the price by 5,000 gold coins, pushing the price to a terrifying level. 30,000. The price reached 30,000 gold coins, officially reaching Lorne's expectations. As for the surrounding players, after hearing this price, they were all dumbfounded. This was just the beginning of the auction, but the price had already reached 30,000 gold coins. This was almost their limit. To the few ambitious medium-sized guilds, this was the most torturous moment. This was because they wanted to expand the guild size, and this guild establishment token was the most important tool. If they wanted to achieve their dream, they had to compete with large guilds in terms of finances. Thinking of this, the group of higher UPS gritted their teeth. One of them shouted, 30,500. This time, the raise was 500 gold coins. Clearly, at the height of 30,000 gold coins, many people could not withstand this high price. However, to the Domination Guild, this was not pressure. 33,000 gold coins. The strong man from the Domination Guild continued to raise the price, completely shattering the illusions of the poor players. As soon as this price was out, the entire scene fell silent. Almost 90% of the guild's higher UPS were suppressed by this price and did not dare to raise the price. But at this moment, the competition from the large guilds finally began. The representative of the Fire Beacon Guild, who had not spoken, raised his hand, 35,000 gold coins. 36,000. The people from the Divine Mage Guild were not to be outdone. 37,000 gold coins. 38,000. 43,000 gold coins. Suddenly, the beautiful commander of the Appearance Association offered a shocking price again. At this price, she actually increased the price by 5,000 gold coins at once. Clearly, she wanted to intimidate others. This was a very common method in the auction house. After all, this price was the highest price many people could imagine. If they wanted to raise the price again, they had to consider many factors. 1 second. 5 seconds. 10 seconds. There was silence. The beautiful commander gritted her teeth. These few seconds were more tortuous than anything else to her. As long as no one bid for 20 seconds, this guild establishment token would belong to the Appearance Association. 15 seconds. 16 seconds. When Rona struck the auction hammer for the second time, someone said from the bottom right corner of the auction hall, 50,000. The moment that was said, everyone fell silent. The beautiful commander of the Appearance Association could not help but sigh. This price was too high, far beyond her expectations. The other large guilds were also talking to each other. Clearly, this price was their limit. If they wanted to continue bidding, they needed to discuss more. This guy doesn't look like someone from the Iron Skull City Euro. In the direction of the Fire Beacon Guild, someone carefully sized up the person who offered 50,000 gold coins and realized that they had no information about the other party. It did not seem to be a famous core member of a large guild. It should be a hidden force. Now that Divine Realm is so popular, even the military is secretly playing. It's normal for these people to appear. Beside him, a companion said in his ear. The person nodded. The military entering the game was information that all the higher UPS of large guilds knew. There were even a few large guilds and professional military players. These were not secrets. Thinking of this, the few of them also felt the difficulty of this competition. After all, the people from the military had extraordinary financial resources. Typically, as long as they felt that they had to obtain something, no one could snatch it from them. Chapter 208, First Move. 51,000. The Fire Beacon Guild was still unwilling to give up and continued bidding. To them, although the military was powerful, they had to compete. Otherwise, it was not their style to give it up so easily. 52,000 gold coins. In the last row, someone announced their first bid. The deputy guild leader of the Bloody Mercenaries, Steel Eagle, can't hold it in anymore. They specialize in games, so it's normal for them to fight for fame. Some players whispered. 55,000. Another unknown player spoke. Everyone looked, but they had no impression of the person. The player did not show himself and hid in the corner after bidding. He was the lackey of the Dark Guild in Iron Skull City. Because they did not want to miss anything, he was arranged to develop his faction in Iron Skull City. This time, he came because he wanted to bring back the guild establishment token for the Netherworld Guild. The current price had already reached 55,000 gold coins, far exceeding most people's expectations. The competition was not over. The reputation of this number one guild was extraordinary to these large guilds. Its value in reputation far exceeded the value of the guild establishment token itself. Therefore, someone quickly continued bidding. 56,000 gold coins. 56,500 gold coins. 57,000 gold coins. 57,500 gold coins. The offers came one after another, but the price did not increase much. The current price was close to 200 million alliance dollars. Even if these guilds had the support of a large financial group, it was difficult to directly buy an item for a few $100 million. After all, creating a guild only raised one's reputation and did not directly bring benefits. Therefore, the bidding had entered a stalemate. Sitting in the stall, Lorne was overjoyed. No matter where the final price fell, it was twice the expected price. Moreover, this also gave him high hopes for the subsequent guild establishment tokens. As long as he could exchange for the most guild establishment tokens in the shortest time, he believed that those large guilds that wanted to catch up to other opponents would definitely buy the guild establishment tokens at a high price. At that time, the net profit that Lorne would obtain might exceed $1 billion. 58,000 gold coins. 58,300 gold coins. 58,500 gold coins. The price was still rising, but at this time, the price increase was only 200 to 300 gold coins. At this rate, the final price might stop at 60,000 gold coins. Just as Lorne thought this, the player hiding in the corner suddenly shouted a shocking price. 70,000 gold coins. As soon as this price was out, the entire scene was silent. The price that was originally barely close to 60,000 was suddenly pushed to 70,000. Immediately, no one dared to speak. 10,000 gold coins was equivalent to 30 million alliance dollars. Even the representatives of large guilds could not help but shiver. After all, the price had already reached 70,000 gold coins. This was a little too terrifying. Hearing this price, the Domination Guild player hesitated. It was not because they could not afford to pay more than $200 million. To the corporation behind them, $200 million was nothing. However, the problem was that not long ago, they had already spent a lot of money to rope in some top players. If they spent more than $200 million to buy the guild establishment token now, the guild's finances would definitely exceed the budget. Moreover, creating a guild 7 days in advance might not necessarily bring back enough returns. Thinking of this, the Domination Guild's commander, who had wanted to continue bidding, did not speak again. The remaining members of the Fire Beacon Guild and the Divine Mage Guild who were most competitive also fell silent. Clearly, this price had exceeded their highest expectations. 70,000 gold coins, going once. On the stage, Rona knocked on the auction hammer. There was silence below the stage. No one spoke again. The Netherworld Guild player who shouted 70,000 gold coins clenched his heart. This was the price their guild was staking everything on. If someone else offered a higher price, they had to give up. But as a lackey, he did not want to lose this opportunity. He needed this guild establishment token to raise his position in the headquarters. Right now, he was only the leader of a small guild, but he had his own ambitions. He wanted to obtain the recognition of the headquarters and raise the scale of the guild in Iron Skull City. Only then would he have a chance to be a decision maker of the company. 70,000 gold coins, going twice. Rona spoke again. She was even waiting, hoping to give the hesitant one a chance. Unfortunately, no one raised the price. 70,000 gold coins, sold. With the third knock of the auction hammer, everything was finally over. This was the first time that a guild establishment token had appeared in the entire server, and it was finally sold for 70,000 gold coins. The representative of the Netherworld Guild quickly paid the fees and left the shop with the guild establishment token. However, when he received the guild establishment token, someone had already left the shop before him. It was Lorne. Although it was indeed the first guild establishment token that was sold, it did not mean that the guild establishment token could help the other party create the first guild in the game. "I'm sorry, friend. I have to beat you to it." Lorne pushed through the crowd to where the registrar was. It could be seen that because of the guild establishment token, this place was already packed with players. They all wanted to know who was the first to create the guild. When they saw Lorne arrive, all the players' eyes widened. Gosh! Why is Tyrant here at this time? Does he want to register a guild? That's not right. Didn't he auction his guild establishment token? Perhaps he already has a second guild establishment token. It's possible. Someone discovered it a few hours ago. Tyrant hit his points on the leaderboard. It's probably for now. Gosh, that's too much. Those large guilds thought that it was the first guild establishment token and would definitely bid crazily. In the end, while they were auctioning, this guy suddenly intercepted. Isn't this a scam? So what if he scammed them? Those large guilds occupy the training areas every day. It's time to teach them a lesson. That's right, I support Tyrant on this. The solo players discussed. As ordinary players, they all hated the rich. At this moment, when they saw a solo player teaching the large guilds a lesson, they naturally raised their hands in praise. However, this matter was too much for the players of large guilds. In a panic, they quickly opened their leader's communication panel and reported the information they had obtained nervously, afraid that they would suffer a huge loss. Chapter 209, Establishing the Guild, Above the Clouds. Isn't this our Iron Skull City's most heroic adventurer, Tyrant? I've already heard about the ruins of the war. I heard that you brought back the corpses of more than a dozen dragons. It's unbelievable. At this moment, the registrar pushed through the crowd and walked towards Lorne with a smile. "Honorable Mr. Tyrant, why have you come here personally?" Seeing this scene, the surrounding players were jealous. Was this the charm of the world's #1 player? Normally, when ordinary players like them walked in front of an NPC, the other party would not be willing to acknowledge them, but against Tyrant, they actually took the initiative to welcome him. The difference was too great. "I want to create a guild of my own." Lorne went straight to the point and stated his intention. The surrounding guild players were dumbfounded. This was what they were most worried about, but it really happened. This is a wise choice. A powerful and united team will provide you with greater help and allow you to effectively deal with all kinds of battles. The registered official nodded and asked, "Then, what is the name of your guild?" "Above the Clouds." Lorne gave it a charming name. Above the Clouds is a bold and imaginative name. The register praised him, then said, "To create a guild in Iron Skull City, you need to pay 1,000 gold coins. Due to your contribution to Iron Skull City, I will give you a 20% discount." You only need 800 gold coins to register. The NPCs in Divine Realm were also extremely capitalistic. They needed 1000 gold coins just to create a guild. Even with a discount of 20%, it still required 800 gold coins, equivalent to 2.4 million alliance dollars. Of course, in terms of the exchange rate of the system, it was only $720,000, which was not too ridiculous. Lorne obediently took out 800 gold coins. The next moment, a grand voice echoed in the sky. Ding! Full server announcement. Congratulations to player Tyrant for successfully creating the world's first guild above the clouds. Reward, Luck +2, Guild Level +2, Reputation +20,000. Ding! Ding! The system notification sounded 3 times and reached the ears of every player in the world. Then, the entire world was in an uproar. Blood Shadow City. The moment they received the guild establishment token, the players of the Netherworld Guild used a special teleportation array to return to Blood Shadow City. Nether River, the guild leader of the Netherworld Guild, immediately brought the guild establishment token to the NPC who was in charge of the Blood Shadow City. I want to create a guild. May I know your guild's name? Netherworld. Nether River said the name of his guild. It could be seen that at this moment, even he could not help but be excited. After all, this was the creation of the first guild in the entire server, and the announcement of their guild's creation would spread their reputation throughout the world. With this global advertisement, their guild's future business would definitely be better. As a guild of the Dark Faction, they usually accepted assassination missions, especially killing the management of large guilds. This business was the most popular. After all, the guilds had a huge conflict of interest, and this was the source of their money. Therefore, the price of 70,000 gold coins was justifiable. The members of the Netherworld Guild waited excitedly for the global announcement. They were in no hurry to cheer. At this moment, a grand voice sounded. Ding! Full server announcement. Congratulations to player Tyrant for successfully creating the world's first guild, above the clouds. The voice sounded, and the people from the Netherworld Guild cheered. We're first! We're first! The Netherworld Guild is invincible! We're the strongest! Everyone cheered. However, after properly hearing the information in the announcement, all of them were stunned. Tyrant? Above the clouds? Damn! There was something wrong with the system's announcement. Can someone tell me what's going on? A group of the guild higher UPS could not believe what they had just seen. They were the ones who had used the guild establishment token, but it was Tyrant who had created the guild. This was ridiculous. Guild leader Nether River was also stunned. However, he quickly recovered and checked the guild interface. Only then did he understand everything. Just now, they had succeeded in creating a guild. It was not that Tyrant had snatched away their guild creation opportunity, but that scoundrel Tyrant had also created a guild just a moment before. Damn you, how dare you trick me! Nether River was extremely angry. He swore that if there was a chance in the future, he would torture Tyrant to death and trample that scoundrel under his feet forever. Damn! The final price is 70,000 gold coins. Outside the Dragon 1 shop, when the surrounding players heard the final price of the auction, they immediately went crazy. That was 70,000 gold coins. If it was in alliance dollars, it would be a total of 200 million. This was a terrifying figure that 99.9% of the people in the world could not imagine. What was even more puzzling was that this was the price of a game tool. I'm dumbfounded. Are these people so rich that they have nowhere to spend it on? I don't understand the world of the rich. This is crazy. They actually used 200 million to buy game items. I really don't know what they're thinking. One can become a billionaire just by playing games. This is ridiculous. I suspect that we're not playing the same game as Tyrant. The players discussed. At that moment, Suddenly, a grand global announcement sounded. Ding! Full server announcement. Congratulations to player Tyrant for successfully creating the world's first guild, above the clouds. Ding! Ding! After 3 announcements, the group of players was stunned. Strange, why did Tyrant create a guild? What's going on? What's Tyrant doing? He sold the token to himself. Is there something wrong with this person? I understand now. Tyrant wanted to use the name of the auction to accumulate reputation for his shop, but this method is really not very brilliant. Hearing these explanations, the other players were enlightened. Damn it! After all this, it's actually a f***ing publicity stunt. So that's it. Even if you use your ass to think, who would use 200 million to buy a game tool? Is there a problem with their brains? That's right. I suspected it long ago. This is such a disgusting publicity stunt. Chapter 210, Getting Weirder. After registering the guild, it was already late at night. Today's battle in the game was too packed, so it put a lot of pressure on his mind. He needed to go offline and rest well, because he still had to farm points during the day. Now that the event had begun, every second was money. With the current rate of accumulation of points, 1 second was equivalent to 60 points. According to the price of the auction just now, 1 point was equivalent to 166 alliance dollars. Therefore, time was money. Without hesitation, Lorne went offline. After washing up, he went to rest. The next morning, Lorne changed into a simple set of casual clothes and took a cab to the hospital where his sister was staying. Originally, Jessica had wanted him to go to the high-level energy zone in the next 2 days, but now that such an important event had occurred in the game, Lorne postponed the plan. In the car, Lorne saw that all the surrounding advertisement boards had been replaced with those of the Divine Realm. Even the car's screen was playing a program regarding the Divine Realm. In this show, the host was listing related events that made players in the game rich, especially incidents involving Tyrant, which were emphasized. In addition, they added another piece of information, which was that the World Alliance was supporting this game with all its might and hoped that all the humans in the world could be raised to a higher level. The information made Lorne frown. Although Divine Realm contained infinite business opportunities, humans still needed to maintain life in reality. There were already 10 billion humans in the game, and not many people remained in reality. Why did the World Alliance keep urging others to enter the game? Wasn't this too suspicious? Did they already know the secret of Divine Realm? Lorne could not help but doubt this. Ever since he knew that the game could really be materialized, he had felt that there was an unspeakable secret behind the World Alliance. It was clearly a virtual game invented by the World Alliance, but they did not take any precautions against materialization. If they did not know the materialization function, why did they have to promote the game worldwide? They even wanted to let all humans enter the game. This was too abnormal. To be honest, to this day, Lorne felt that the internet was more and more correct about the theory that higher life forms created the Divine Realm. Although it was also unreasonable, it could explain the World Alliance's abnormal behavior. They called for the entire human race to enter the game and set up the bone armor defense shield and the energy zones. He felt that this was all preparation to resist some sort of apocalypse. It was like the apocalyptic movies on the internet. With many thoughts in mind, Lorne only realized it when he reached the hospital. Huff! He exhaled. In any case, the changes in the world had benefited him. Money and reputation were obtained already. Most importantly, it gave him hope to treat his sister. Thinking of this, Lorne felt much better. Soon, he arrived at the observation room. Although Lorne was ready to move out, Jessica had already employed the best doctors, the best equipment, and many nurses on 24 hours of close watch every day. This made Lorne like her even more. Rona, you're about to receive the best treatment in the world. Everything will be fine. Lorne put on his protective suit and held his sister's hand. During this period of time, he had been busy dealing with matters in the game. He had not come to see his sister for a few days. Today, he had taken the opportunity to sit here and talk to her more. At present, the greatest hope of treating his sister was the medical team that Jessica had arranged. She had a lot of connections and could contact the most outstanding doctor in this world. Moreover, the other party was waiting in the high-level energy zone. This was what Lorne had always wanted. But now that it was about to be realized, he could not help but be nervous. He was a little worried about the final result. After all, for the past 3 years, Rona's doctor in charge had said that this was a problem that the current world could not solve. I hope everything can be resolved. Lorne was ready. As long as the doctors were not confident, he would reject treatment. He did not want to determine his sister's life through chance. As for what to do next, Lorne had a goal in mind. The medical technology in the real world was limited, but the game world was very magical. As long as he was powerful enough, he believed that he could definitely obtain a mythical potion in the future capable of resolving all diseases in the world. Is that Mr. Lorne? Yes. He's so gentle to his sister. Of course, in order to save his sister, Mr. Lorne is even willing to give up his life. My God, I also want to have a brother like him who pampers me every day. Unfortunately, his sister's condition is not ideal. I heard it's the most difficult disease to treat in this world. Didn't they say that the sister is going to the high-level energy zone to receive treatment? It's hard to say. In short, the situation is still not optimistic. How pitiful. In the ICU, 2 nurses on duty were secretly chatting. An hour later, Lorne left the hospital. To be honest, he was helpless in this situation. Although he had money now, he was still helpless. Fortunately, after knowing the materialization effect of Divine Realm, there was still hope. Next, he had to properly build up the cold desolate Dragon City and accumulate enough resources in the game. If the potion was in the hands of some forces, he could also have a bargaining chip to exchange for it. Soon, Lorne returned home. It was 10 in the morning, but he could not wait any more. He put on the game helmet and entered the game. He appeared in Iron Skull City. It could be seen that a large number of players appeared on the Resurrection magic circle. They were all players who had died in the Titan Forest. However, this result did not affect their fighting spirit. The players still ran towards the Titan Forest excitedly. As for the lower-level players, at this moment, they had also found their own path to wealth. They bought a large amount of potions in Iron Skull City and transported them to the Titan Forest to build a temporary shop. Such behavior could earn them a lot of money. Lorne did not stop. He immediately found Knight Leader Orin and teleported back to the swamp. Half an hour later, Lorne arrived deep in the Titan Forest. He used the same strategy as before to kill Crazily in the forest.